Welcome back to my Let's Play for Pokemon Gold, my Mono Dark run. And it's time to take care of our rival for the final time. Though I have to admit, I'm not expecting much out of my rival for this battle. I mean, let's face it, at this point, Lacey basically acts as a hard counter for his entire team, basically, for the most part. I mean, I have Flamethrower for Sneasel, Flamethrower for Magneton, Crunch for Kadabra. You know, I have Sunny Day and Solar Beam for Alligator. Like, the only thing I don't have a hard check for is basically, Golbat. That's the only thing that comes to mind, yeah. I just can't instantly hit with a super effective move for massive damage or undermine with, changing the weather. Because when you play Sunny Day, it decreases water damage by 50%, so it can make that, you know, move that normally unsurvivable something you can take, then it gives you a chance to fire back with this Solar Beam and just give that water type, you know, a major bruising. And the fact, you know, I got like 9 levels on his entire team and stuff like that, or 9 to 7, yeah. There's no way he can counter Lacey effectively. It's hopeless. Of course, I'm still a bit disappointed I can't use Earthquake for anything on this team. It's a nice move to have access to, what can I say? But the only Pokemon I can get that can learn it is Tyranitar. And I can't get to Tyranitar until I get to Larvitar, I think that's its name, if I remember correctly, on Mount Silver. So, yeah, I won't have access to a Rock Dark type that can use the move until, you know, the very last episode of the game, if I really wanted to go that far with it, and I don't. I mean, sure, don't get me wrong, it'd be the perfect, you know, anti-Pikachu there and stuff like that, but it's just so late into the game, it's pointless. I guess that's the downside of going with Pokemon, you know, that have Dark in their typing, you know, being the only ones I really am using. I still haven't finished building up Umbreon yet. I still either have to do a lot of walking or a ton of grinding out that would make me miss out on moves like Pursuit and whatnot, so I'm not inclined to do that. But at this rate, it's basically being stuck on the sidelines until it's completely useless, because it won't be ready to evolve until I'm probably basically done with the game as well. So yeah, I don't know why we're all on Umbra. Maybe I should have just cheated and just given myself an Umbreon right from the get-go. You know, I mean, like, you know, it's an evolved Pokemon, but, you know, it's mostly defensive build, so I'll just take Umbreon, you know, straight from the go. But I didn't. I'm like, I'll evolve it through happiness, and I now regret that decision, because, you know, we're basically at the end of this run for the main part of it, at least, since I don't think of the post-game as much, because it's pretty easy for the most part. And I still don't have an Umbreon, you know. My happiness level's still like 100 shy of what I need to be at, or something like that. I'll probably take out the Elite Four, just 3 Pokemon at this rate. And the only one that I think is really threatening on the Elite Four is pretty much Bruno. Sure, I don't have a good anti-Lance Pokemon yet, but I mean, let's face it. I got options when it comes to Lance, you know, with Crunch and stuff like that, so I can find a way to probably take down Lance relatively easily, you know, if I plan it well. I can always just, you know, exhaust Gyarados to where it, you know, doesn't have any real good attacks to hit me with, I suppose. Here comes Golbat. Well, I guess we'll hit with a Flamethrower. Have some barbecued Golbat. Honestly, I don't know if anyone even bothered cooking a bat for the most part, considering how small some of those bat species are. Then again, there was a bat bomb, so I suppose there could be recipes for eating bat meat. I don't really want to know about them, but they might be out there somewhere. And yes, a bat bomb was a real device made for World War II. It was never deployed, though. Basically, it was a bomb that would carry trays of bats that would have little incinerators attached to themselves. So they would then fly into Japanese houses and stuff, and then when the incinerators went off, it just caused massive fire bombs all over the place. So yeah, that was the bat bomb. But, you know, just before it was ready to be used, they finished the nuclear bomb, and bat bomb was bat history. Oh well. Could have been weirder, I suppose. We could have had pigeon-guided missiles. There actually is a system for that. It was never used, but yeah, pigeon-guided missiles. It mostly got dropped because it just takes too long to train pigeons to guide a missile, you know. And you need so many of them to do it if you're gonna fight a war, you know. They're like, you know, this is cruel to animals and not very effective in the long run. I mean, we gotta train these pigeons and then, you know, we're gonna kill them in one attack. So, yeah, that basically got dropped for computers that could basically do the same thing well enough that, you know, it was alright. Of course, nowadays computers are so advanced they easily surpass anything you'd ever do with a pigeon-guided missile system. But yeah, there's some really weird inventions out there. Yeah, you haven't given up yet. I honestly don't care, man. We'll never see you again, so as far as I'm concerned, you don't exist after this point in the game. Well, next time we begin our journey through the Elite Four. Until then, see ya.